Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Is there any doubt that we're in an alt season? Look, fine, as I am recording this, slight pullback in the crypto markets, but hell, by the time you're watching this, maybe you watch this tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe we're up another 50% in general. I don't know, crypto's freaking bonkers, but I will tell you that analysts still, despite small pullbacks like this, which are to be expected, even large pullbacks are to be expected, the market structure for XRP, the chart structure, it's still in place. So there's an analyst that's saying, hey, XRP, $2 XRP is coming, and it might even be within the next few weeks. It's possible. And there's another analyst out there that said at this point it's irresponsible to not hold at least some XRP. And I think that's coming from a chart analyst who isn't particularly fond of it, but just from a technical analysis perspective, thinks, yeah, how could you not have this effectively? And so there's lots to talk about in this video in terms of price action and what's going on and opinions from all sorts of people. It's exciting. Even though there's a slight pullback right now as I happen to be recording this, we're in an uptrend. I do not even care. I've been in this space over 3 years. These types of things don't faze me. They do not reduce my excitement when I know that we're in a bull market, and I firmly believe that XRP will be worth substantially more in the future than it is today. Now, that being said, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I'm not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I am simply an enthusiast. I'm no more intelligent or special than anybody else in the XRP community. Just a dude on the internet, and I make YouTube videos as a hobby. And I really do appreciate all the support. By the way, I just broke 75,000 subscribers on the channel today, so thank you so much. I can't even tell you how amazing and humbling that is. I never thought I'd be at that level when I launched this channel a little over 2 years ago. If I knew that that was coming, my simple Moon Lambeau brain would explode. But thank you so much. Just know that I'm never going to take all of the support for granted. I really genuinely do appreciate it. Now, as I'm recording this, XRP is at just a little over 55 cents. Bitcoin is at $47,212. Market cap for the asset class, $1,424 billion. And Bitcoin dominance at 61.73%. Now, Bitcoin actually did hit yet another all-time high today. It hit $49,653.28. So it's flirting with that $50,000 mark. We know that's inevitable, right? Don't you think? I certainly suspect that is the case here. And XRP's 24-hour high is 61 cents, but just the other day, it damn near hit 64 cents. So just expect volatility, of course, but there's every indication, according to the chart analysts that I follow, that absolutely, and it looks that way to me too, even as somebody that isn't a chart analyst, it does certainly appear, and I'm going to illustrate this in this video, visually actually, that XRP is moving in tandem with the market, albeit at a suppressed price as a result of the nonsense charges of the SEC against Ripple, alleged to have sold XRP as unregistered securities. Despite that, again, people that wanted out are out. XRP is moving in tandem. And it's Valentine's Day. I'll tell you what, XRP is my Valentine. And if you think that XRP loves you more than me, I just want to let you know right now, and I tweeted this out, you're actually just a side piece. So just, I know that might hit you hard, but just know that I am XRP's true love. Check out this headline because rhyming's awesome. This is from Cointelegraph. Roses are red, violets are blue, Bitcoin hits $49,000 and a new all-time high too. We got a mother effing Dr. Seuss up in this biatch. Look at that. That is the most beautiful thing that I have ever seen with my ears. What a beautiful thing. But indeed, it is trending up in general. And it's just been so fascinating over this market cycle how people are totally reevaluating what they think the all-time high will be for Bitcoin in this market cycle. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And, those types of predictions, if you want to call them that, even just 2 years ago, that sounded bonkers for the next market cycle. Like people, they would frequently be laughed out of the room, but now you're seeing the likes of like Citibank saying Bitcoin could hit over $300,000 this market cycle. You're seeing even, I think it was JP Morgan, are they the ones, I could be mistaken, that were talking about Bitcoin eventually getting up to over $600,000. This is not wacky stuff. There's a finite supply of Bitcoin. Barely anybody on the planet owns Bitcoin, and it's already about to hit $50,000. There's not enough, not at these prices, for everyone. But seriously, a little over 1% of humans on the planet have ever held a single cryptocurrency in their lives. Keep that in mind, and then recognize that Bitcoin's already at $50,000. It's worth paying attention to. And so, like, kudos to you for paying attention when most people on the planet have no interest in this stuff. And here's a fun headline from you today. XRP reclaims fourth spot after skyrocketing 50% in 1 week. Now, as far as reclaiming the fourth spot, right before I recorded, went to record, XRP was at 4, then it dipped down. Now, I say that it went back up to number 4, and now, as I said that, it's back down to number 5, so it's fighting with Cardano right this second for that number 4 spot. But in the short term, all of this doesn't happen, and seriously, I'll tell you what, without this suppression, XRP, this artificial suppression because of the SEC, XRP would be probably more like number 3. Tether would be down here, despite the fact that they continue to endlessly print. But that aside, just the fact that you're talking about XRP being up 50% in 1 week when the Bitcoin Maxi Troll said that it was going to 0. Well, who looks like a bunch of punk-ass bitches now? The Bitcoin Maxi Trolls, that would be the answer. Now, here's a tweet I shared with you, and this was from 2 days ago. It's from Harry. Now, Harry is a chart analyst that is rather well known in the XRP community for having called the biggest rally in the history of XRP from 20-something cents up to almost $4. And he called the top on January 4th, said, hey, things are about to cool down. And they sure as hell did. And so for most of the next couple of years following that, we were in a bear market, and so you wouldn't see those types of comments from Harry because he's just being honest and saying what he really believes to be the case in the charts. And so when he says something rather bullish, well, I'm happy to highlight that and spread the news of what he thinks is likely to occur. And so 2 days ago, he wrote, XRP, longer-term chart for XRP, super solid structure and setting up for a massive rip soon. And so somebody wrote in response to that, what do you mean by over the long-term charts? Because ultimately he's saying this is going to be more of a long-term move. But when you hear long-term, like what does that conjure up in your mind? Does that mean like a year? Does that mean 2 years? Not to Harry. He responded and wrote, close to $2 over weeks, maybe a few months, maybe faster. So, and this is the thing about chart analysts, the ones that are intellectually honest, they don't have super precise dates for when things are going to happen. Sometimes they can believe that it's more likely something will move sooner rather than later. You can see that. But it's more just, you can, if you're a chart analyst, my understanding is you can just like kind of spot the trend and say, okay, I don't know exactly when it's going to pop, but assuming I'm right, because it's all about probabilities, there's no certainty. It's like, if I'm right, and if this trend continues, the probability is high that X will happen, even though I don't know exactly how long it will take for this chart pattern to play out. That's basically what it is. And so that's what he's seeing. So whether it's less than 2 weeks or a few weeks or a few months, whatever it is, that's much sooner than what people are expecting, especially with the scary SEC news. But don't forget that about 90% of the trading volume before all this was already occurring outside of the United States. And you think that people aren't going to continue to speculate? Take a step back. Consider this. All of the pumping that's happening with these coins, almost 100% of it is happening based on pure speculation, not fundamentals, not scary news, not good news. It's just people being completely irrational, chasing green candles. That's what it is. And you think that for some reason, XRP, that's going to be the one where fundamentals are more important than people acting like idiots with their money? Like, if you think that, fine. I respect diversity of opinion, but I do not share your opinion if you think that. Here's a tweet from Love Crypto, and he was just indicating that he thinks in the very short term we're going to be seeing 90 cents. That's the next leg up. That was a tweet from yesterday. And then today he put out this tweet, just said hashtag XRP, and you can see the teal-looking color is where he's expecting it to go. So you can see ultimately in the short term up to $1. And I keep seeing this from all sorts of analysts that they think it's going to pop sooner than what many of them would have guessed, even 4, 5, 6 months ago. Because someone would talk about it and be like, oh, you don't know for sure. Maybe it'd be the second half, maybe the third or fourth quarter of 2021, you'll start to see some real fireworks. And now you're starting to see analysts say, we could see some serious sparks and then fireworks much sooner than that. Here's a tweet from somebody I wasn't familiar with, named Bitbox. So this individual is a chart analyst, and wrote Doge XRP USD comparison and shared a few charts here, and wrote, it's probably irresponsible to not at least have a spot moon bag of XRP. And then he did write 2 memes, 1 pump, which leads me to believe that he's not a fan of either, but he's recognizing something that has been pointed out on this channel before, which is, if you take a look at this, so here's the Here's the XRP slash Bitcoin chart. Here's the Dogecoin Bitcoin chart. And so what he did was he took these two charts and he just overlaid them, right? All right, or that's the XRP $1 chart. But in terms of market structure, what we've seen is that, and this is why it's a fun illustration. It's because what you find with all of these coins is that, like I was stating just a moment ago, they just move in tandem. And so yeah, Bitcoin leaves the market, then money flows into large cap coins, then into the mid cap coins, then into the low cap coins, rinse and repeat. And there are a few outliers along the way, of course, but in a general sense, that's what I've noticed over the last few years. So they include the last market cycle. It's what we're seeing in this market cycle. And so if it all follows, it's just silly to think that XRP is not going to be a part of that. So I'm just going to continue to hold. That's what I've been doing. A credible crypto, who is, man, I can't believe how much he's blown. I mean, I can believe it. It's deserved. It's just impressive. 118,100 followers now on Twitter. And he responded to that tweet from Bitbox with those three charts and wrote, nice chart. So he seems to agree as well. Blockchain Backer, my fellow XRP YouTuber, wrote, XRP came up just a little bit short on the weekly close, but we've come a long way. Starting the week at 41 cents and closing the week at 59 cents. You got to admit, that's not too shabby. I will take, and it's just neat to see this price action. The fact that XRP a little shy of 60 cents as I record this, and the parabolic move. This is the neat part. The parabolic move hasn't even happened. So I'm thrilled that I think my average buy-in for XRP over the last few years ended up being, I haven't crunched the numbers, but I think around 25 cents. And so even people purchasing now, just to get back to the all-time high, you're still talking about an 8-fold increase more or less. And so it's like, yeah, it's better to buy in cheaper, but holy hell, like I still think there's a ton of room to go. And that's just to get back to the all-time high. Like Blockchain Backer, he still believes, despite the SEC news, that XRP will hit between $10 to $13, period. And he's going to be riding it up to that point. Here's another tweet from the Blockchain Backer. Total words are hard for me. Total altcoin market cap closes the week at record highs, the first time since the 2017 bull run. And what a glorious chart this is! This is the altcoin chart. It's every crypto excluding Bitcoin. For the first time since the top of the last market cycle, weekly close above for altcoins. My friends, this is visual proof that we are indeed in, certainly a bullish cycle, a bullish portion of the cycle, but alt season is here. Like what coin hasn't moved up at least a bit to this point? At least a bit. There's still plenty of opportunity, don't get me wrong, but what coin hasn't moved to this bit? And so it's just funny, like when the coins are cheap, people didn't want them, but as soon as the green candles come, yes, I want it now because it costs more. And that's, I know it sounds weird, but that's just how humans behave. And then final one here, this is Dennis Surachuk, another chart analyst who writes for You Today. He was just simply citing, among other things, I don't want to go through the whole piece, but he's citing that assuming volume picks up, it's definitely in the short term in the cards for XRP potentially to hit 75 cents. So we shall see. I'll tell you what, for me, I'm having fun with this. So whatever amount of volatility happens with crypto and XRP, I understand that it's just speculation and that the thrust of this market is going to plow through regardless. That's what I firmly believe anyway. And so I'm having fun. I don't get down about the dips. I don't think it matters. I've been in this too long and seen just how irrational people behave. And I understand what portion of the market cycle we're in, which is a very bullish portion. And so that means that despite pullbacks, you're still going to see tremendous upward movement over the long haul. I don't know how long the market cycle is going to last. Some think it'll just be a year. Some think it'll be a few years. We'll see. But there will be indications when we're at a top. There will be all sorts of analysts being like, okay, the bubble that's just popped. So I'm going to be watching. This is the reason I seriously watch. I track dozens of chart analysts. I highlight some more than others for good reason on the channel. But I follow all sorts of analysts. And even though I don't want to do TA myself because it bores the hell out of me, I'm tracking this, and I will be aware when there are a ton of analysts at the same time saying that the bubble is popped, be careful. And I'll be happy to share with you their opinions on the channel here when that happens. But there's always something to be said. When you have a ton of analysts all pretty well saying the same thing from a technical analysis perspective, it's time to pay attention, I think. So there we are. This is exciting, guys. I'm having a good time. This is much more fun than the last 2 years. This bull portion, much more fun. And most of the time I've been in crypto, it has been the bearish portion, but it was still a blasty blast then too. It's just more so accumulation mode, knowing that Eventually things would start to pop, and we in crypto would get to have a "see I told you so" moment for all of the idiot sticks that jumped out of crypto after buying the top and selling the bottom, and now they're back and like, oh, what the, it's still here? Yeah, you think? It's not going away. I'll wrap up there, though. Thank you for stopping by, my friends. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.